Listen up. As we all can see, gold has been pumping, it's been surging, but right now we can now see that gold has gone into a consolidation. So at this point, we kind of need to know what to do and how to do it. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to do technical analysis for swing trading gold based on what's happening today. I'll also be telling you about some of the moves that I've made, my most recent move, using some of the best practices that we are aware of to help us navigate this space. So with that said and done, let's get straight into it. Welcome back, traders, to today's video on how to do technical analysis for swing trading gold. We're going to be picking up from where we kind of left off. I say kind of because I haven't done a video on gold in a little while now, so we're going to be picking up from there. I'm also going to be telling you about some of the trades that I've done. As a matter of fact, let me move my my thing to the top so at least you can see what tools I am using to help me do this stuff, right? So first things first, we can see that gold is moving up, right? It's been moving up for a little while, but the main issue that we have right now is we have consolidation going on in this area right here. Okay, now this is on the daily time frame, so we're going to dissect this area, right, as well as, because I made a move in this area as well. I just came out of it this morning not too long ago with a small amount of profit, but we're going to analyze this area as well as look at opportunities that we could take advantage of, right? So it's going to be really cool, really exciting, and I'm hoping that you're going to find this content to be useful. So let's get rid of this for now, and what we're going to do in this case is we're going to jump into the 1 hour. Okay, so in the 1 hour we can kind of see that we have a pullback in this area, a surge, and now a pullback again. So we could begin to treat this whole area as a range, and for that we're just going to mark out key levels just to make sure that if it is indeed a range, we have a rough idea as to what to do and how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark out this range level right here. Let's make this orange. So we're going to mark this out. So this is what we have now sitting as a potential range, right? This is what it looks like. And what we'll be looking for with all ranges, the rules are really, really, really simple. Okay, we aim to buy here. Let's make this yellow so it pops. Just change the opacity down a bit. So we aim to buy from this level over here, and we aim to sell from this location over here. Now, a short little thing about the sales is that's not something that I will be doing, because with gold, I am forever bullish, right? I am not looking for sales, but some of you are interested in taking sales. So because you are, it's important that I point out the areas where if you want to take sales, the best place to take it from, and if you want to take buys, the best place to take it from. So with me in general, I'll be looking for my buys in this area, where you could be looking for buys in this area as well if we get there, and you could also be looking for sales in this area should it make its way back up there. I personally think it's a bad idea to do that, but however, I leave it to you. So with that said, this is what we got going on right now, right? And we're in the 1 hour. So the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to turn on my volume profiles for the month, okay, or provisional volume profile for the month. And what this does is this will give me a rough idea as to what I need to be doing and how I kind of need to be doing it. So as it stands right now, okay, this data is giving us conflicting information, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, first off, we have what looks like a range at the top. This is what I've just put here, okay? And we also have the fact that price has now come into the value area high of the volume profile. That is this area right here, okay? This is the value area high. In this situation, price is attracted to the point of control. That is this level right here. Point of control is currently sitting at 3,984. This is where price could be attracted to, and price is now in the value area high, which basically means there's a high probability it's going to want to come down to this level. But we're going to do additional checks and balances just to make sure that we have our best foot forward, right? Once we've covered all of that, I will explain to you the trade that I took yesterday and how I got out of it not too long ago, this morning, with a small amount of profit, right? So let's mark out this area right here, which is our new low volume node location, which is right here, and price is now kind of moving away from that right now. It's kind of moving away from that right now, so it could come down even lower. So now that we've gotten that down and laid out for us, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a trend line, right? I'm going to drop a trend line on here. Okay, so let's add that to this level, and I want to make sure I get it at a really good location. So this is the best one without me having to bend it. So we keep it here for now. Okay, so this is our trend line. Price has got a long way to go before it even makes its way to this particular trend line, and if it crosses this trend line, we can begin to start to entertain the idea that price might be going bearish. It doesn't mean it's going bearish, it just means we can start to entertain the idea, especially if it doesn't do any form of pullback to the upside. These are just things that I just want you to have in your mind as we go through this presentation. So we have the trend line here. I'm not going to add the anchored volume profile in this location just because for now I don't think we need it, and based on the distance that I will be analyzing from, it's really going to be pointless, so we're not going to add that at all. We're just going to work with what we have right here. So based off this, right, we now have the story in this area, what it could be or what it might not be. Okay, so it could be a range, it might not be a range, but bottom line is that's what we have in this area right now. We have our trend line to give us additional support in case it does XYZ in a third, right? We want to make sure that we always have our best foot forward when it comes to navigating the market. So the next thing that I'm going to add to this now is I want to add on a fib level to give us a rough idea as to what to expect, especially in this area over here. So treating this as a bullish market, which it is, right? We're going to highlight from I'm trying to think what's the best one. Okay, we're going to highlight from here to up here, and we're going to bring it down here. Okay, so according to the fib levels that I've just placed down, okay, because I personally like taking my trades from between the 38 level and the 61 level, hence why we have them in yellow, right? So best bet for me if I'm thinking about jumping in with buys is either I'm doing it at 0%, which is at this level right here, okay, which is going to be risky, right? It's going to be risky because one of the strategies that I like to use is I don't want to try to catch the bottom. It does look good when you're taking photos of the work that you've done, right? It does look good, I'm not going to lie, but however, I do not want to take trades from the bottom. I want to take trades when I know it's definitely going in the direction that I want it to go in, and that's the way I kind of want to do it, right? But however, that's just a little rant on the side. So I'll be looking for trades at, say, let me get my little ray. So I'll be looking for trades, looking for buys from, and let's make this yellow. Okay, so I've been looking for trades or looking for buys from, say, 4,298. So I'll be looking for buys from that level, and I'll also be looking for comfortable buys. So this is above the 61% level. I'll be looking for buys at 4,388. Right, so these are the two levels that I would be considering taking buys from. Now, with that said and done, let's see what else we can see happening right now. So as we're still making this video, we can see the price has now come below, so it looks like it's pushing downwards. We have 48 minutes until the candle closes, and if it closes below 4,266 and you're thinking about taking shorts, it's going to make sense. I wouldn't do it, but it could make a lot of sense for you. You could do that as well, right? So with that said, let's catch up with what I did yesterday and why I'm out of my trade today. So for that, we're just going to get rid of everything on here right now. We're just going to get rid of all of this stuff, and we're just going to look at what we did yesterday. So yesterday, after doing the analysis, I saw this ascending channel right here, and I was off the mindset. I believe price is not going to come down any lower. I believe price is going to push up. So I put in a trade right here. I put in the buy right here yesterday, right? And for the most part, I was doing really well, right, with my trade. Price pushed up for most of yesterday, and then in the early hours of this morning, it began to collapse. Fair play, it happens. So got in around 4,271, got out at 4,289. A small amount of profit. The main thing in this trading game is not to lose capital. Reason why I'm being super aggressive with my trades now is because I've literally left my job, right? So this is what I do now. I trade and I make content for you guys, and this is how it's going to be forever, right? So because this is how it's going to be forever, I'm not going to start pushing aside all the useful information I've learned about trading psychology to the side. I'm literally going to actively implement them because we don't want to take losses at all if we can help it, right? And how we don't take losses is, first things first, we ask the right questions about our trades. So why are we getting into our trade? Why does it make sense? right? We get in, and then if we need to get out of the trade, why are we getting out of the trade? Does it make sense? If it does, we do the following things. By taking on this approach, what you effectively have done without changing your mindset or your psychology is that you're analyzing your actions, which makes you less emotional, right? That's why I did it in this way. So I'm out of a trade now. I'm not in anything. And what I am waiting for is the conditions to present itself again, whereas I can get into the market. Now, I've just laid that all out for you guys as to what the conditions are, what I'm looking for, etc. Right? So we see how that plays out. We will see how that plays out. Now, moving forward, the next thing that I haven't mentioned to you guys is using the volume profile. Okay, so I've done a series of videos of using the volume profile, put it together into a playlist, right? As well as I put together another playlist as to how to backtest using the various different tools that you might be interested in. I strongly, highly recommend you go and watch those videos, right? I believe it will help you in your journey. Like I said, I'm not trying to pull the woolies over your eyes by telling you there is a system that you can use at a certain time in a day and it's gonna work all the time forever. I've been in the game long enough to know that that does not work, right? It's either you know what you're doing in the market or you don't. If you're looking for things like that, by all means, you're gonna learn the hard way, right? Which is always the best way to learn, the hard way. That you actually need a genuine system, right, to help you navigate, and it's all gonna be based off logic. So go and check out those videos. I believe it will help you, and I wish you all the best of luck with all of your trades for today, and I look forward to seeing you all again on the next one.